Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I did a little bit of damage at Sephora and I wanted to share with y'all what I picked up. I know that the Sephora sale is coming up in the next couple of weeks, but I just could not wait and I really wanted to test out some of the new blushes that have launched. So I will show y'all obviously what I got, but I really went into Sephora to get the Tower 28 blush because I was really intrigued by it, and then I ended up getting other things. So I just wanted to share it with you all because I think these are fun videos to just give y'all ideas for like what to put on your wish list for the Sephora sale. And I'm really excited for the Sephora sale. I have a couple of things that have been on my wish list that I'm going to be doing videos on for like what's on my wish list and what I recommend. But for now, just wanted to share my little mini haul. And I also wanted to give y'all a quick update because previously I had done a video where I tested out the new Milk Makeup Skin Tint and the new Glow Recipe Dew Blushes. So just wanted to give y'all a quick update because in my video, I really liked how they looked and I was really excited about them because I thought that they gave my face a really pretty just glow. But honestly, I wore both products for the rest of the day and my face looked terrible at the end of the night. Like it looked so bad. And I was like, okay, maybe I just like did something wrong and I like need to prep better. And so I wore the skin tint and blush for like the next 2 days and I could not get it to work. Like it looked really pretty when I first applied it. And it also looked okay for like the first 1 to 2 hours. But then by hour 2, like my face looked terrible and I was like, I don't like this. Like I like how it looks, but I also don't want a product that I have to like figure out how to make it work for me. So I ultimately ended up returning both of those 2 things and I wanted to just give y'all an update because I did say in the video that I liked them, but just over the course of the days that I've tried them, I just knew that it wasn't for me. And honestly, I think skin tints maybe just aren't for me. So anyways, wanted to just share that update. And I did pick up another new foundation. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it and I'll kind of walk y'all through like what I got and then we can test them out together. So the very first thing that I got was the Lawless Forget the Filler Skin Plumping Line Smoothing Foundation. This is actually not going to be a first impression. I've been testing this out for over a week and I can with 100% certainty say that I am absolutely in love with this foundation. I think this is going to be the foundation of the year and I feel like not a lot of people are talking about it, but honestly, it truly does give you a filler. Like it just makes your face look perfect, like perfect. None of this foundation will seep into your lines, and that was what was happening with the Milk one. Like it was like seeping into my smile lines and it just looked bad. But this has been amazing. It does have a ton of different like skincare benefits. So it's supposed to, like it says that 100% of people showed increased skin hydration after 8 weeks of use. I'm not sure if that's true or not. 96% of people said it provides the perfect amount of coverage. I do think that. Like, I think this is a medium coverage foundation that you can maybe build up to be full coverage, but it feels like you're wearing a skin tint, which is exactly what I wanted. Like I didn't want something that felt heavy, but I wanted it to give me like a pretty coverage. So I do feel like this is perfect and I'll show you. And then it says 90% of people said that it makes your skin look immediately smoother. Again, I agree with all these claims. And honestly, I wore this the other day for like 12 hours. And at the end of the night, my makeup looked perfect. And I kept looking at myself like, what did I do different? And it was just this. So I have been pairing it with my Saie Dewdrops, but today I'm just going to show y'all with nothing under, and I just want to show y'all how pretty this is. So let's just go ahead and test this out. So again, this isn't a first impressions, but I just wanted to show y'all how it looks on the skin. I got mine in the color 7L. I have heard people say that they feel like the color range is off, but I didn't feel like it was, or at least for me. And I also don't feel like this oxidizes because the Milk skin tint, which I keep bringing that up. This isn't a skin tint, by the way, but that Milk one really oxidized on me. So I just feel like 7L is the perfect match for me. And it's just in like a normal foundation bottle. And I've just been putting like 1 pump. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Dibs dual-sided brush and go ahead and apply it. But like you can see, it is literally the perfect match for me. And it is such an easy foundation to blend. Immediately, it just automatically makes your skin look so nice and hydrated, but not greasy. It does give you like a plump look, I feel, and I really love that. I feel like as I've gotten older, super heavy coverage foundations are not for me, but I also do still like to have like the option to build up a foundation. So that is definitely what I look for. And I feel like it truly does blur my skin. So that was one pump on one side. And one thing I really like about this too is that it just doesn't feel like I have anything on my face. So I absolutely love it. And I feel like if you're looking for a foundation that's like a perfect everyday foundation, for me personally, this is it. So let me move my hair back so I can show y'all the two sides. So this is the side with one pump of foundation, and then this is the side with nothing on. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the other side, and then I'll show y'all how you can build it up. But personally, I feel like one pump is enough for me, just because I feel like it really does have good coverage. So like you don't really need to build it up too much. It also it doesn't have a scent. It just kind of smells clean, but I've been really loving this, and I swear I feel like this is one of the best foundations I've tried, and at least in 2025 for sure, and 2024 too. I really do love this, and I feel like it's all I've wanted to wear. Obviously it's new, but it's just so nice, and I feel like a lot of people are going to really like this, but not a lot of people are talking about it, so I thought that was interesting. So there is the foundation. So I don't know if you can tell, but it is not clinging on to any of my dry patches either. And that is also another test that I do whenever I'm testing out a new foundation. I always want to make sure that it is not clinging to any of my dry patches. And another thing I love about this foundation is that I feel like it really blurs out my pores. Usually I do wear this with my Saie Dewdrops and my Maybelline Poreless primer. So it does, like, I think the primer does help, but even without the primer, I feel like it's not giving my pores, like it's not emphasizing my pores, which I really love. But I do love wearing this with a primer, at least with my Maybelline one, but look how smooth and pretty that looks. Like, I don't even feel like I need any more. I could definitely build it up, but I just feel like this is the perfect coverage for me. And I like that it's not matte, but it's also not like a super dewy foundation. So I feel like it's just the perfect foundation for me. So literally have been loving that. If you're looking for a new foundation, I feel like you definitely should look into this one, or at least go get a tester. Okay, so the next thing, I didn't pick up any new concealer, so I'm just gonna pop on my concealer. I just used the Kosas, this is their color corrector in Illusion underneath my eyes, and then I pair it with my Tower 28 in K-Town. I feel like this has been my go-to under eye duo, and I love it because I feel like it really gives me great coverage while also keeping my under eyes super hydrated and giving me like the perfect amount of coverage. So I love this Kosas. I think I've already talked about it on my channel, but I love this Kosas color corrector. I feel like if you're looking for a good color corrector, this is it. Like it looks so nice. And then I'll just go in and apply my Tower 28 on top of it. And I like to let mine sit for a little bit just to give me a little additional coverage. So I'll just let it sit like that, and I'll blend it out afterwards. I actually picked up a new bronzer, but I didn't get it from Sephora. I actually had to go to Ulta to pick this up, but I actually ended up picking up the Chanel Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. I have been wanting this for the longest time, and I finally was like, I'm gonna get it, because like I've been wanting it for such a long time. And they have I think this is like their new color. It's in the color Soleil Tan Medium Bronze, so it's like the second color in the lineup. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself, and honestly, I don't regret this at all. First of all, look at the iconic packaging. It's just so beautiful, and I really feel like this is a beautiful bronzer. It has like a scent that I like. I know a lot of people don't like scented products, but honestly, I really like the scent of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend out my concealer, and then we'll apply the bronzer together. It comes with like a little lid. I'm not sure if I can take this off or that's gonna cause it to dry up, but the bronzer was kind of expensive, I'm not gonna lie. But for the amount of product that you get, I thought that it was not terrible, because I feel like I'm gonna have it for a really long time. So yeah, I am really excited about it. I have actually already tested it out. And I really like it, unfortunately, but it is pricey. And I know there's like a ton of dupes, like the Saie bronzer is a dupe, and I'm sure there's like a ton of others, but I just really like this one. So just to show y'all what I do after I blend out my concealer, I always take a damp beauty blender and just make sure that my concealer and my foundation all looks good and is like married together and there's no harsh lines. So I'm going to take my Makeup by Mario F4 to do my contour and bronzer with this. So what I do is I take the skinny side of the Makeup by Mario brush and I just dab it into the bronzer and I kind of create a contour with this. So I'll just take it right up here and create a contour where I would originally like put like, I don't know, like my normal contour. And I then put some on top here. It's not gonna be like one of those bronzers that is like super intense, kind of like the e.l.f. contour or like the Rare Beauty one either. It is a very, I feel like, subtle bronzer, and I feel like you can definitely use it as a contour as well. But that's kind of what I wanted. Like, I sometimes don't want to be battling with my products, you know? Like, I just want something easy and pretty, and I feel like this truly does the trick. It's also not coming across as dark as it looks in person, but in person, like, you can definitely get this, like, to be a little darker. So then I'm going to take the other side and I'm just going to put a little bit more on my cheeks. I feel like it just gave me such a pretty glow and it just feels so luxurious, and I really like this, like a lot. So I am so sorry if you've been wanting to try this but you haven't wanted to, because I'm here to tell you that it's kind of worth it and I am excited to continue to use it. I almost got it in the darker shade, but I figured this was like my perfect shade that I could sometimes use for contour, and then in the winter months, like, I'll still be able to use this like as a normal bronzer. But I just feel like it gives such a beautiful glow, so beautiful and pretty and just like natural, and so I really love that. So the next thing that I picked up was I did pick up a Luminous Silk cheek tint. I've been wanting one of these for the longest time, specifically in this color. I got this in the color Vivid Coral, and I've always wanted like a really bright orange color. I want to test this out, but I also have 2 new blushes, so I don't know, maybe I'll just put it on the high parts of my cheek, but it's just the most beautiful coral color, and it looks really intense in the bottle, but when you blend it out, it's actually so beautiful. So I'm actually just gonna put a little bit on just so we can test it out together, but I really want to test out the new 2 blushes that I got because those are really gonna be like the star of the show. So I'm just gonna put 2 little dots. Honestly, I was nervous about this color because I thought it was going to be super intense, but it's actually really not. Like, it blends out super nicely. I'm also just using the same brush that I used for my bronzer because I don't feel like getting another one. So it's just a really pretty, like, vivid coral, like exactly what the name says. I really like it. I also really like the formula. It's super easy to blend, and I feel like it just feels really luxe. So of course it better because it's Armani, but I do really like it. I also want to pick up one of the Hourglass liquid blushes. I'm going to pick that up during the Sephora sale, but this one I just really wanted because I don't have any like orangey blushes. I have a bunch of like pinks and like warm bronze type of blushes, but nothing like this. So I usually would bring it up a little bit more, but because I want to test out the other blushes, I'm not going to, but I really like this. I think it's beautiful. I think it's going to be beautiful for the summertime as well. So I'm excited to continue to use it. And this is my first Armani like liquid blush. I do have one of their powder blushes and I do like it, but I think this is just going to be super pretty. So got that. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face so that we can go in with the rest of the products that I got. So I didn't buy a new setting powder. I am going to pick one up during the Sephora sale. My favorite powder is the Kosas Candy Cloud Set. And this is in the pink one. I think that's like the name Candy is the pink version of it. I'm going to get the pink version of this in their new setting powder, like the loose powder. I wanted it to get it today, but they were out, so I'm gonna get it during the Sephora sale. But I'm just gonna go ahead and set my makeup. And look how literally blurring this powder is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set a lit right under my eyes. Take that up. And then the excess, I just drag it down just to give me a little blurred effect down here. And I will just go into the powder, but then I take the excess off on my hand just so it's not like too much. Sometimes like I can go overboard with powder, so I try to take some off that way just to make sure I don't look cakey. But honestly with this powder, like sometimes I've gone like a little overboard and I still feel like, look how blurred that made me. I just feel like you can't ever look cakey with this. Like, yeah, you can go a little overboard and look a little powdery, but you still don't really look cakey. So that's why I love it. And that's why I really want to test out the new loose setting powder. I've heard good things. I did test it out though, and it kind of looked like it had glitter. So I'm not really sure. I don't know. I have to test it out. It's either between the Kosas one or the About Face one. So the Kosas one I want because I can get a discount on it during the sale. So we'll see. But that is my set face. And I feel like it looks really pretty, just very natural and just like really pretty. At least I think so. And like, I don't know if it, like you can see it on the camera, but this foundation looks so good. So, okay. So the next thing that I got that I'm so excited about is I got the Saie Super Suede Radiant Blush Powder. And then I also got the Tower 28 Get Set blush. So I think we can test these out on both cheeks just to see. I am really into blush right now. Like I need to stop buying so many blushes because I don't know like what it is. Like I went through a phase where I was really into like lips and like lip stains and lipsticks, but right now I'm like so into blushes and I want more. Like I just get so happy when I see a new blush launch. I want more liquid blushes though. Like I feel like I don't have that much. I have a lot of powders, but besides the point. The first blush is the Tower 28 one. These just launched and they were literally almost all out of stock at my Sephora, but I ended up being able to get my hands on the color Long Beach Iced Tea. And I thought this was just gonna be such a perfect everyday color. And when I swatched them, they feel so soft, so like just nice and soft. It is kind of like a mattifying powder blush. So I am excited to test it. I love the like the packaging of this as well. And then I also got the color Chow in the Saie blush. I do not like the packaging of these Saie blushes. To me, they give like drugstore. I don't know. I just don't like it compared to the Tower 28 ones. I feel like I like the Tower 28 one better. And I feel like they're comparable price range. I think this one was 22 or 24 and this one was like 26 maybe. Not 100% sure, but I'm going to go ahead and swatch it. Like I said, I got the color Chow. The Saie ones really caught my eye because they are a baked blush and I really like baked blushes. I feel like they give such a beautiful, radiant and natural look. And if you're new to makeup, I feel like these are easier to maneuver. Like I also, you know, I think I have talked about the YSL blushes like so much on my channel, but those blushes are very pigmented. So if you're new to makeup, they may be like a little bit harder to work with, but I feel like these two specifically are easier to use. The Tower 28 looks a lot more natural and just like, I feel like it's going to go with a lot of different looks. And then the Saie one is like a more, I feel like burnt orangey look. So let's just test them out. I'm going to use, let's see what brush I can use. I'm just going to use this random blush brush that I have. It's so old. I need new brushes too, but I'm going to try the Tower 28 on this side. So it is powdery, but like not too bad. So let's see. I'm so excited. Hopefully this looks good. This is the Tower 28 side. Ooh, that looks really pretty. I really like this color too, just because like I feel like this is gonna look really nice, like I mentioned, for every day. That is the Tower 28. I don't know if it's like giving exactly what the color payoff would be because like obviously I did put the Giorgio Armani one on. I'm going to add a little bit more. I would not add more in real life, obviously, but I just want to show y'all like the full impact that it can give. But I think it's really pretty. I feel like this is such a pretty color. And I feel like it is very versatile as well. The only thing is that I feel like it is light. So if you're a little bit darker complexion than me, I don't know if it will show up on you. So that's just one thing you may have to know. I mean, maybe you could build it up, but I do really like that it's mattifying, but it's not like making my skin look super dry. And I also really like the color, and it gives a little bit of a blurred look. I have a little dry spot there, but other than that, I feel like it looks really pretty. So let's try the Saie one on this side. I feel like they're not going to look the same because they're obviously different colors. The Saie one has, I feel like, a little bit more payoff up front, but also the color is like obviously a lot darker. Do they look the same? No, the Saie definitely looks more orangey. So that is the Saie one. The Saie one has like a little bit of a luminosity to it. It's not glittery at all, but it does have like a really pretty luminous look, and that's why I loved baked blushes. Honestly, when I'm looking at them together, they kind of look like the same color. This one is definitely a little bit more orange, but they kind of do look very similar. I also added a lot here. Like, I would never add this much. It's a lot of blush. But I just wanted to show y'all what it looked like. But that is the color. Honestly, it's coming, like, I feel like it looks a lot orangey, or not orangey, a lot pinkier than I expected it to look. So that's really interesting. But I really like it. I think it's really pretty. I think between the two, to be honest, I don't know which one I like more. I mean, they both look really good. What do y'all think? What side do you like better? The Tower 28 side or the Saie side? I do like the Saie side color. Like, I really like the orangey kind of, that's what I was looking for. This just looks very similar to a lot of other blushes that I have. So I don't know. I think we can, I'm going to keep trying them out, obviously, and let y'all know an update on them. But I think they're really cute and I'm really excited. This Long Island, or Long Beach iced tea is the color that I've been seeing a lot of people talk about. That's why I wanted to get it. And I think it's the one that's going to be the most popular. And then Chow from Saie is on this side. So I don't know. I feel like that looks really pretty. So the last thing that I have, actually I have two other things. One, I don't know if I'm going to be able to test, but I ended up getting the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the color Limitless Brown because I've been liking to do eyeliner again. I used to be like a huge winged liner girl back in like 2016 when we were doing like the winged liner that was like all the way up here. But I stopped wearing liner because I felt like it was making me look older than what I was. I don't know why. But then I started using eyeshadow for liner, and now I want to use like a pretty brown. I use my MAC Costa Ricci underneath on my waterline, but I feel like this will be really pretty on top. I already have a little bit of liner, but I'm just gonna, oh yeah, that's gonna be really pretty. I think it's like a really pretty brown. Oop, I just messed up my wing there, so I'm not even gonna do anything else, but I'm gonna add some here. I love this. I love these pencils. Like, honestly, these are probably some of my favorite things at Sephora is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencils. They're my favorite lip liners, and I just feel like they are just so soft and nice, and they last forever, and I really feel like it just is a really pretty color. So this is just a basic brown. I feel like there was one that I wanted that was like mahogany brown, and it's like a redder brown. So maybe I'll get that during the Sephora sale. But the last thing that I got, this is not new. I just have never had one of these, and I was like, I want one. But I got the Summer Friday Dream Lip Oil, and I got it in the color Warm Beige. Warm Beige. I have had this in the like chapstick version, but I wanted to get the lip oil just to test it out. And I really like lip oils because I don't like wearing lipstick anymore, honestly. Also, like, I don't really go anywhere. I just have like a toddler at home, and I go to like kid things. So I just want like an easier lip combo. So I got this, and I'm going to put it on with my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk can be a little too pinky for me sometimes. So that's why I chose it today, since this lip oil is a little warmer. So hopefully it kind of warms it up. It does feel like a true lip oil, I will say that. I think the L'Oreal ones that I just tested, I feel like those I really like, but they don't really, like, I feel like they kind of remind me more of a lip gloss than a lip oil. But I feel like this really truly feels like a lip oil. I like it. I don't think this is going to be like a super long lasting lip product because it's like a lip oil. And I just did my lips super fast, so I am so sorry if my lip liner is not perfect. Okay, so those are all of the new products that I picked up today. I literally feel like I liked everything, which is good because obviously that's the goal, is to pick up things that you love. And my favorite for sure between the two blushes, I think, is the Saie one. I do like the Tower 28 one, but I feel like it's more like a typical blush. It does go on very pretty and it looks nice, very blurring, but honestly, out of everything I got, I think the foundation is like the top thing that I think is literally the best. I also really like the Chanel bronzer, but I think everything was a win so far. I'm gonna keep testing these blushes right now. They're kind of looking the same, so I'm like, do I need both of these? But I mean, I feel like you can never have too many blushes in my opinion, right? So I think out of everything I got, for sure the foundation is my favorite and the Chanel bronzer, unfortunately. But yeah, that is everything for today. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I am going to be putting out some of my Sephora recommendations since the sale is coming up, and I'm also going to do a wish list, like what's on my wish list, so that y'all can see what I'm hoping to pick up. And then also, like, if y'all can de-influence me on some things, that'd be great, because I've been doing a lot of makeup shopping, but there have been so many new releases that I just can't not get stuff. So yeah, I think that's everything for today. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, or if you've tried the Tower 28 blush and the Saie, and which you prefer. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.